In my first introduction video, you can see that after reading all the police reports and official documents at zodiackiller.com, I made the theory: if the Zodiac is connected to Cheri Jo Bates, then his face should be in the Ramona High School yearbooks, making her pay for the brush-off that she had given me during the years prior, confession letter. After making a classmate account, there were unfortunately no yearbooks at the time online, so my interest faded away. 2 years later, after seeing the 2005 Zodiac movie,
I'm waiting for a good movie about me.
I received an email from classmates.com that the Ramona High School yearbooks were online. There was now the opportunity to look into Cheri's life during her Ramona High School years like a diary. These yearbooks were the years prior. This is the era in where Cheri lived. Now I stopped watching TV series. This was the real information from the time. Reading the yearbooks, page by page, gathering information about Cheri's life during her high school years, was to me a very interesting way to understand Cheri's life with actual pictures, events and stories from those days. It is mentioned on forums online that the Zodiac crosshair symbol is in that yearbook, and it was. Drawn on a school blackboard as an illustration drawing with the desktop tables around. An interesting detail is that Cheri's killer wrote the desktop poem on it, but from the RCC College. The symbol there appeared to be a method to do calculate distance. Probably coincidence, but the explanation picture is from the Mount Diablo High School yearbook. The Zodiac used the Mountain Diablo with a cipher in the Phillips 66 map to find the bus bound. I was amazed to see all the pictures because these events happened before the gruesome murder. Of course black and white and old. But could her killer be in one of these pictures was on my mind all the time, making her pay for the brush-offs that she had given me during the years prior. How could I obtain information related to the case? And is there text which could be related to this case? Could Cheri's killer be in this book, according to my theory? Those were questions I had frequently. At some point I thought that must have been done before by police detectives, because you can see that on this picture all the yearbooks are in that class. Take the wanted warrant of 1969 and compare them with all the males. Of course a major job, but it's a way of tackling it. At some point I thought, what am I thinking? Me trying to solve a frozen case from the 60s era with only 3 yearbooks? You found yourself a strange hobby again. But because American history and the 60s era are a hobby of mine, I really enjoyed reading those yearbooks to see how a high school from those days looked like, with the people and the environment. Using the index, I learned that there are 3 phases in American high school: sophomore, junior and senior. First I found Dennis Highland, Cheri's boyfriend. He seemed a friendly, intelligent young man. The 3 phases in the high school, sophomore, junior and senior, made me understand that if Cheri graduated in 1966 and the high school period took 3 years, then she was a sophomore in 1964. And there she was, Cheri a sophomore, a bright intelligent girl, fancy dressed. Sure, a lot of boys and girls would like her very much. It was a picture of her which I had not seen online before. Now I had something new to this case. Just a picture. But pictures tell something more than 1,000 words. She was from the class of 1966. Using the index, she was there more than one time. And she was also very prestigious. Once she became Indio Invitation Girl Olympic champion. So she was also very athletic. And there were more successes for Cheri. Later on more into detail. This is just the introduction. Then 1966 was her final year at Ramona High School. The 1966 yearbook is illustrated with the Carl Schultz Charlie Brown penis characters. Later on, this became a major clue. There she was again, as a senior. I still couldn't understand why she was murdered. What has she done wrong? But only one thing was on my mind. If the Zodiac is connected with Cheri, then his face should be in the Ramona High School yearbooks of 1964-66, making her pay for the brush-off she had given me during the years prior. As Robert Graysmith describes, had he made a past mistake that revealed his true face? And Mike Mulford, this clue might finally be the downfall of Zodiac, written in their books. I made a system to explore their thoughts, first analyzing in which class Cheri was, which friends she could have, and who could be so jealous at her, or Dennis Highland, and or would be obsessed with her. Then I watched at all the classes from the same period of education. Who was in the same year with Cheri as sophomore, junior and senior? That was quite difficult, because I didn't have a program of education book. And then there was also the possibility that the person I was looking for was camera shy. Then it would be impossible to find him. But continuing my theory, there were a lot of men who looked like the description. The glasses were quite common those days, but I tried more to look at the overall expression on the faces that were in the yearbooks. Some of them looked quite intelligent, other happy and friendly. Some looked like they could not hurt a fly, and some of them looked quite like the wanted warrant. But none of them fit into the My Name is cipher, or had any relation with Cheri. It became slowly an obsession.
I need to know who he is. I need to stand there. I need to look him in the eye. And I need to know that it's him.